Chakras and energy. There are few concepts in our yogic philosophy. So there are 7 chakras, 5 elements and 5 vayus. So Panch Vayu and Panch Bhut, Panch Mahabhut. So it has been said that we are made up of 5 elements, and so does the universe is having those 5 elements. When we go back to this earth, we just merge in these 5 elements. So these chakras, what are these chakras? So as such, there is no chakra, just wheel-like structure in our body. No, it's not like that. They are just the energy centers, and they are located on our spine. And there are 7 main chakras from the bottom to the top. If we take on the spine, at the base of the spine, it is first chakra, which is Muladhara chakra or root chakra. Mool and Adhar. So Mool is the root and Adhar is the support. So the most important chakra in yogic philosophy for all yogis is Muladhara chakra. And the most powerful strength or the Shakti which is always lying in this Muladhara chakra in a dormant stage. So the goal of yogis is to awaken this Kundalini Shakti. So from Muladhara chakra, 4 inches above Muladhara chakra is sacral chakra or Swadhisthana chakra. It is just located behind your genital organs in the perineum. And above that, on the navel region or the solar plexus, that is Manipur chakra. Manipur chakra or solar plexus. And from there, if you go above that, in your heart region, where the heart and lungs are situated, at that space, Anahat chakra is located. And above that, in the throat area, the hollow space in the throat is Vishuddhi chakra or throat chakra. Above that, between your eyebrows is Agya chakra or third eye chakra. And the topmost is your crown chakra or Sahasrara chakra. So this Kundalini Shakti moves from the bottom to the top, and when it comes on the Sahasrara chakra, there is a complete bliss, or you can say Paramanand, and there is a complete liberation from this worldly mundane mayas, and it takes you towards the deepest meditation or dhyan and samadhi. And these chakras are the energy center, as I said before. What is the role of these chakras? We have 72,000 nadis, if we say nadis or nerves, you can say. And the prana shakti or the energy that flows in this nadis. So whenever there is block in prana, there is obstruction in the prana, it comes as a blockage in the nadis also, and it imbalances your chakras. So if you face any diseases or any physical discomfort on the surface, that is because of the underlying obstruction in the chakras and your nadis. So most of the time people, they treat on the surface, whatever they see, they treat that disease. But if you treat the root cause, then you can prevent those diseases far before then they arise. And in Kirlian photography, you can easily see your aura and what are the obstructions or obstacles, blockage in your chakras or nadis. It is obviously seen in the aura. And Rishi Patanjali always says that in one of the sutras that Heyam Dukham Anagatam. So you can stop the sorrow before it comes. So these all the pranayam practice or asana, they just relieves the nadis and chakras from these imbalances and blockages. So these is the importance of chakras. So if you want to balance your chakras, there are few asanas. You can do those asanas and you can balance those chakras. And whatever the underlying diseases that can be completely erased before they come on the surface. So observe your chakras, movement of chakras, and observe the prana shakti by doing pranayams. So these are the important practices in our spirituality or in our yogic philosophy, to practice asana, pranayam, dhyan. And always in Patanjali Yoga Sutra it is explained in 8 limbs of yoga, and yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and then samadhi comes. So you have to take these few baby steps before you reach to samadhi. This is the importance of doing these practices to have holistic health, perfect health, balance and harmony in your mental and physical health. Namaste.